Hi there. So now I'm going to talk about one of my favorite books that I have now that I'm an adult. One of my favorite picture books is called Dreamweaver, and it's written by Jonathan London, and it was illustrated by Rocco Baviera, and it was published in 1998. So I stumbled upon this picture book when a few years back I was deciding on a mentor author to study with my second grade kiddos, and I chose Jonathan London because he had written the whole Froggy book series, and I thought he would be great because of that. But I, along the way, stumbled upon this book, and ever since then, I have chosen to study Jonathan London every year when I have to decide on a mentor author, because it's just such an amazing picture book. So in this book, it's about a little boy who ventures into the woods and stumbles upon a little yellow spider. Okay. And he observes this little yellow spider's habitat. He really sees into her world, notices the things around her, really becomes attuned to the trees creaking and the leaves blowing. And the sounds around him and little yellow spider. So throughout the book, he observes this different world of his new spider friend, and just really looks into the nature and her home and where she lives. And I would say that throughout this linear plot, the climax would be when a hiker comes crashing through and leaves these huge boot prints, and the little boy instantly becomes worried and anxious that the spider might have been stepped on. So after that, he continues to watch her as she begins to fix her web and begins to reweave her web. And at the end, he says goodbye, and he heads back to his home through a trail through the woods. And at the very end of the story, as he climbs into bed, he dreams about weaving his own web, and his web catching stars and flinging them back into the sky. So throughout this book, I really enjoyed the language that was used in the book. It had a lot of imagery to it. It really painted a picture of this different world that he visited in the story. I also really liked the idea of looking into a world that was different than his own. He really investigated little yellow spider's habitat and was really able to see what mattered to her and see the things that were around her. And I think it's a great book for learning to get different perspectives about different people. And even though the little boy is the one who tells the story and it's from his point of view, it really does feel like you are in the story, because the book constantly talks to the reader throughout the whole entire thing. It starts off by saying, "Nestled in the soft earth beside the path, you see a little yellow spider. If you're quiet and listen, maybe you can hear its feet on the sparkling web. Seeing you, yellow spider seems to pause, her legs like threads." So constantly through the story, you're becoming a part of the story. You're becoming a part of this other world that you're stepping into. And you're seeing things from the little yellow spider's perspective, seeing giant snails ooze by and giant raindrops slip and drop down leaves. So it's just a very, very cool story. I really enjoyed it. And if you haven't had a chance to pick up Dreamweaver and haven't heard of it yet, you should definitely look into it. It's a great read, and I really enjoy it, especially as an adult. Thanks for watching.